So today in this video I want to talk about some trades I took on the 28th of July. Um, it's played here in the CN T bond, and the first one, this video covers two trades here. The first one was a loser, and I was actually aiming for the bottom down here to get blown out. In hindsight, when you look at the daily candle, it's a how to say, it's there was a lot of shorts covering it, and it's a in the end of the month, so usually there's a lot of buying going on there. It could be in the indices too. It's a bit weird market action you have all around, but still I was kind of I was very hesitant to take this trade, first of all, and secondly, when I took it, I was really aiming to get down to around the evens here and see how price would behave down here. But anyway, let's just start the video and look at it. I have a little box covering something over here, and that's just a little chat box I have just to, how to say, keep that out of the picture. But anyway, we've been going down quite a bit up all day, or how to say, during the AC session, and this is where I was actually looking to, how to say, to get a rundown from here. I would have been nice to participate around those 140 areas up here, which is, how to say, where a lot of orders were consumed. But still, we saw there's someone ready to hit it here, at least as I read it at that time. But still, there was really not much follow through when I went in. So yeah, I place a limit order here. I want to get filled at those 20s here, and I was kind of aiming for around 4 ticks. And my stop would be those 25s, 30. If they begin to dig into this area again here, I wouldn't have my stop sitting up here. That would be too far away. And this is a rather long one, as I remember it, around 8 minutes for this one or something like that. Still, it's nice to see. I just hit I would say, an area of deep support in regards of, how to say, the daily chart. This is not something I trade off. I look at them, of course, to find those support areas, and I would rather go with, how to say, with the flow and try to blow out these bottoms and tops. This is really what makes sense when you are in the heat and playing these games. So this is really, how to say, they begin to tap into the 20s here. There's some buying going on, but I'm still a bit confident here. We got some supporting the offer here. Still over in the third year here, you can see there's over around 500 sitting here on the offer, and now it begins to go. So I was really looking for a fast snap here. The 5-year 2 over here, there's some momentum in them, but yeah, I can say maybe the wrong market at the wrong time, or just I actually hit the very bottom of a bottom that was tested or made during the Asian session, and we were getting down there too. So I was really thinking there was a lot of stops sitting down here, and you can see at the evens here, even though it's the 10 here. Of course, it's a lot of spoofing in these markets, but when we're going down, I would rather, I'd say, take to the short side when we're going down compared to buying it down here. So this is really my first clue where I should be thinking, okay, should I get out? There's really the offer here. The sellers just left the building, but I was really waiting to see them hit it again. I wasn't see any real buying over here, and they begin to attack the 18s. 2 over in the 5-year. It was still being held down. And you see the ES over to right. It just begins to rally heavily. It's not something you can count on. Again, it's just sometimes they go in how to say, the very opposite directions, and sometimes they don't. It just depends, and I'm not sure what it depends on, but really just try to follow what's going on when you are digging into any market in general. So you got a little bit of an offer here, stacking up again. The 30 over here too, still going down. There was some coverings here, I guess. But again, you see the bid here too, it just disappears. And I was really anticipating we should get a smackdown from here, but yeah, sometimes it goes, sometimes it doesn't. And this is really where I try to manage my risk heavily. And I actually gave it some room, and that's because we are in the summer times. I'm not sure how many big players are participating. There are some operating at certain levels in the markets, flushing in huge amount of orders and at some huge. They just clear out a couple of levels, and you can follow them, and that's what I did here. But I really didn't see that much shelling going on up around this high volume area here, so I was kind of waiting and just aiming for a couple of ticks here. So in my mind, I was still thinking, yeah, we're going to hit it. They're going to attack those 15s now, and if they begin to hit the 10s, I am pretty confident we should get a run. But it 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 just didn't, and those are the, yeah. First of all, you just need to, how to say, leave the building when the momentum isn't there. And you can actually argue whether it should be funny to trade around these summer times, and here in August it just sucks basically in terms of the way I like to do it. There's really no, there is size coming in sometimes, but it's really, it's, yeah, within the first hour, when the futures market opens, the pre-market stuff, it seems to be there when size is coming, and of course when US opens too, and then people just, how to say, make their quick 5 ticks with 2,000 contracts in a row, and that's a lot of money, but there's really no follow through at the moment. So I was still, I really haven't seen, if I was seeing a large order refreshing the stuff down here, just bidding it up, and someone trying to sell down into the sky, and they refresh their size here, I would definitely exit. I probably won't get out at the break even here, but at least one tick loser. And as I remember, that was kind of the stuff I did here. Still in the trade, wanted to give some times. There wasn't really anything going on in the 30-year here, and in the 30-year and the 5-year too. They begin to hit the 82s down here. It's so slow. Yep. See, that's when I exit. those 20, those 25 just got taken out. 2Ks sitting here. I'm not sure whether it was someone covering or I just bought these two levels, but this is really not what we wanted to see. So this is a how I manage my losers, you can say. One tick losing here, that's okay. I thought I had the correct read at that time at the market. So basically, yeah, just remove this box. I think I didn't have any chatting around this video, but anyway, let's just dig into it. Another trade I took is the same market an hour after, I think around that, and the price has been bouncing around this profile area here, a little bottom and the top here, and they actually blew out the top here, so I was pretty eager to hit it to the long side, especially when you have in mind it's the last period of the month. It's weird. It's you see, it's kind of thin, thinly traded, not thin. There's they hit it down here with around 1,000, but then it's 500 all the way up, and really no one really interesting in selling it here. But still, you see the spoofing. We have over 3,000 sitting at each level here, and of course at the bottom here 4,000, and those are just pulled away as we approach the price. But anyway, let's start it. I was looking at this little bottom down here. What I was really looking for was to get long only, as I didn't see any really participation to the short side. Still I am short-minded in the bonds in general, but you just have to, how to say, replan when it really doesn't fit into how you anticipated the market in the first time. And you see, it was also a bit funny played. All the bidders are pulling orders away here, and they are stacking up on the offer, ready to sell it up here. But they just leave the building whenever price begin to dig into, or someone begins to dig into this area. They won't even try to, how to say, hold it down or buy it. It's pretty weird price action. But again, it's summer. It's month in the month, so. Yeah, so now I'm pretty interesting. We see they're not really. Someone hit the 40s here with 1,000, but you see I actually got long here. They just begin to tap into this area, and I see the offer here. Sorry, the bid. Don't leave the building. They hold it here. And this is what we want to see. The nicest scenario here would be to see these completely leave the building very fast, all the sellers, and they would subtract their orders sitting here. Yeah, I'm just hovering my mouse. I want to see them dig in. I want to see them clear this area now. I want them to see hit the 45 very heavily. So this is the scenario we are looking for. We want to see the sellers leave, and we want them to see, how to say, throw in their towels with their shorts, and if anything, they got to, how to say, get out around those halves here and the 55s. Otherwise, if when I'm in a long position here, I would aim for the 85s up here. Should be some resistance sitting up here. It could also just blow through it, and that's actually also, it's the same way I play it to the upside versus to the downside. It's just like I don't want to belong here sitting in a break even around those 80s and see it begin to dig in here but get smashed all the way down to 40s. that's just a no-go. You just got to follow what's going on as it happens. Still some back printing, not much. 300 contracts here, 4 in the third year, a couple of hundreds in the 5 year here. It's not really. I'm definitely not worried at the moment. Even though they pull the bits here, it's just insane. It can be done so fast. It's all computers. I'm sitting in a bunch of computers in various data centers and trading between them. It's so ugly to be in. But anyway, you just have to interpret the market and kind of look at what it's doing. You see when we get down here, the offer really that there ain't any offer. They pull their offers here. They just leave the building. It's going slow, but we're working our way up, and that's our approach here. So my my stop at the moment here would definitely not be around here. It wouldn't either be down at those 15s here. If they begin to attack the 35s here with some substantial amount of size, I would exit. If I can get out at 40 in a break even, that's nice. Otherwise, I will try to get the 35s, and if that doesn't hold, I would get out, just closing the position. Maybe if I can just cancel the order and get out at the best price again. Otherwise, I would try to hit the 30s here. Okay, let's move forward a bit. It's pretty slow. Just see if something nice begins to happen. You see they attack the levels. They're not aggressive. It's just some small buying going on, and it's really it's awkward to look at. It's ugly. It's yeah, not fast enough in my opinion. But anyway, we're looking for those concentrated spots where we can get in, minimizing our risk heavily, and kind of aiming to get some ticks in the bank. So we've got some buying going on here, and that's a good sign. Someone's willing to buying this market at higher prices, so that's what's going to lift the market. If there wasn't any buying, we will just hover around here, and the price will go back, and they could easily run out the bottom here if there was only stop sitting here, or maybe someone beginning to attack these level aggressively. That's just the nature of the market. Someone needs to lift those prices in order for us to get more ticks in the bank. I'm just not big enough to buy again up here. The ideal scenario would of course be to be able to trade with 100 lots or something like that, so I can smash each level with like 20 lots at a time. It wouldn't even move the market, but anyway, that's what they're doing. They buy a large base position, and they just buy every top where people's short stops are sitting, and of course the other way around when it's to the downside. Anyway, not much shilling going on. I'm really giving this trade some room to work out. I've been staring at the screen for multiple hours the last month here, and just trying to figure out how the price action works at the moment. And it's slow, but you can ride it. You just need to get a feel for how it's been played. You can see they are supporting the halves here, and that's what we want to see. We want to get some buying on now. So there is a nice bid building up here. That's a large one. They're pulling their offers now, and I am not surprised to see this those 60s get hit very fast in a moment. If it was normal circumstances, it ain't at the moment. But let's see how it plays out. Yeah, see that was really my first sign. Should I exit this one? Someone it just backtick with like 1800 contracts, and that was a stop sitting up there, or someone exiting at these halves. Someone has been buying it and just yeah, hiddenly having their order sitting down here in order to get out of the market. And but still, I didn't see any really aggressively selling up here, and that's a good sign. I'm still in, and I was really, yeah, I'm not sure I was ready to give it a one tick loser here again, but I was kind of just seeing it play out in some way. Just forward a bit. You see those levels, they get taken out. It's so slow. Anyway, got a bit of back taking, not much. Someone is consuming all those orders. They really want to lift it up. And as I think this day actually turned out to be one of those days where it went all the way up to the top here and blown up stops here. But again, play play it short term and make your scalps every day multiple times, and that's a good profit in the end. So at the moment I want to see someone hit those 70 pretty hard. Again, it really doesn't happen, but I actually think I exit around those 55, 60s here around this area, that begins to get some two-way action up here. Someone's trying to sell it, someone's buying it. It's that's where things get a bit nasty, and the price is hovering around, and you just need to get out and keep your ticks and see what's going on. You can always get in at a better price again. So I'm actually looking at the 5-year too. Maybe they could take out these 15, 17s here, and then maybe some stops sitting here. But again, the 30-year over here, the really, how to say, a stop area here would be those 29s, and those are taken out. The next one would be, there would be some resistance up here around these 4 prices here, and of course at the top here. I'm not sure whether someone would be short up here and just waiting for price to attack them. Not at all. Still prices being held up here. Yeah, you see, I exit here. That was just a not a large amount of orders compared to all the buying that was going on here, but still, someone was willing to get out with 1600 contracts at those 60. So I just throw the towel into the ring as well. And again, just manage those, get get those quick scalps, even though it wasn't quick, and yeah, do it over and over, and that's what we are kind of trying to aim for every day. Thank you very much for listening.